go, Bubba. Let's go. Let's go, Sagan. All right, let's go. Let's go. Here it is, here it is. Let's go. Let's go. Here it is. Here it is. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Here it is, D. Here it is. There it is. That'll work. That'll work. That'll work. Here it is. There it is, Emerson. There it is. There it is. All right. All right.
Call your name, lady.
All right, I yell. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. There it is. There it is. There it is, Joshua. There it is. There it is. There it is. There it is, Smith. There it is. There it is. Yeah. Oh, my man. There it is. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Hey, there it is, Scotty. There it is. There you go. My main man. There it is. It is. Let's go. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. All right, Kareem. Here it is. Here it is. Here it is. Yeah. Let's go, fellas. Let's go, D. Let's go. Let's go, Jenkins. Let's go. Richard. There it is. There it is. Let's go. Let's go. There it is. I'll tell you, the main man. It's working.
Run it, Gina, you slow pole.
All right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. All right, all right. All right. All right. All right. Good game, Petty.
All right, Grant. All right, Grant.
Good game, good game.
All right, Danny. All right, Danny.
Good game.
All right, Joe. All right, Joe.
Game, baby.
Jack, go get Jack. Mr. Touchdown. Let's go, buddy. All right, Harmon in there, gang. Harmon in there, gang. No sacks, yo. No sacks, please. Go, Gonzalez. Go, buddy. Go, Carlos. All right, Bobby. All right, Bobby. All right, Chew. Frizz. All right, Frizz. Let's go, Frizz. Good day, Frizz. All right, Smith. All right, Smith. E-Rock. All right, E-Rock. Go, E-Rock. All right, Toes. All right, Toes. All right, Bars. Let's go, Bull. All right, Story. For you, Story. For you, big boy. For you. Go, Brian. Give me one today, Joe. Give me one today, Joe. Give me one. Let's go now. All right, let's go, buddy. Go there. Pick one off. Come on. Go. All right, Woody. All right, Woody. Let's go, Larry. Let's go, Larry. You little fly club. All right, Gilbert. Okay, Mo. You hear me? All right, buddy.
Junior Midget Q Bowl Championship underway as Aniel Goodwin kicks off for Valencia Park. And receiving Raul Molina, number 33, coming right at us. The Darth Vader look-alike with the black plexiglass. The center for the Aztecs, number 60, Miguel Contreras. He's got a brother on the squad, number 70, Alejandro Contreras. There is also number 88, Gilbert Contreras on this team, but no relation to the first two. Molina tries the right side and brought down around the line of scrimmage by number 54, Cartier Conley III. Illegal procedure, the call, the first play of the game. The infraction against the Aztecs. Chula Vista got here to the title contest by defeating Grossmont and South Bay by identical 30-6 scores, and went through the regular season with an unblemished 8-0 record. The Hornets and their head coach, Stanley Horn, 8-1 on the year, their lone defeat to this Chula Vista Aztec team. So redemption, the theme here today for Valencia Park. The Hornets got here defeating East San Diego Balboa 12-0 2 weeks ago. Fumble on the pitch, recovered by Valencia Park. Number 20 on the recovery gives the Hornets great field position early. The ball just outside the 30-yard line. It's Anthony Orteza. 7, Bruce Ogden, the quarterback for the Hornets. Hands off up the middle to number 22, finds a nice crease. Eddie James Pace III picks up nice yardage over the right side of the offensive line. And it'll be second down and 5 yards to go following the 5-yard gain. Officials timeout on the field as number 60, the center for Valencia Park, Gilbert William III, prepares to shift the ball to number 7, the quarterback, Bruce Ogden. The big guns, I'm told by head coach Stanley Horn, are number 22, Eddie James Pace III, number 10, Tyrese McKnight, number 2, Archie Robinson II, flanked out wide to the right, and number 29, Daniel Bubba Washington. Ogden on the inside handoff. Not very successful this time. Number 29, stopped for no gain, is Daniel Bubba Washington. And it brings up a third down and about 4 yards to go. The ball sitting right on the Chula Vista 25-yard line. The Hornets, last week, a 25-0 whitewashing of Alvarado to get to this championship contest. Their lone defeat, as we told you, to Chula Vista, the score 8-0. And they feature a defense that's only been scored on once all year, that being by Los Toros. In the opening game of the year, 32-13. This time, number 42, Robert Tolles, brings down Eddie James Pace behind the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up a fourth down and 8 or 9 yards to go. Call it fourth and eight, just underway. Brian Sackett, George Marble, and spotter Lee Bostic for Video Depot, bringing you the Junior Midget Pop Warner San Diego Football Championship from Mira Mesa High School. Saturday, November the 19th, 1988. The sun beginning to set behind the trees as number 22, Eddie James Pace, trips himself up, but not before he gets a big first down. The ball all the way down around the 10-yard line of Chula Vista as the Hornets are on the move in the early going.
Come on, lineman, open up the hole.
Bruce Ogden mixing up his backs, Washington and Pace very effectively right now. This time it's Pace again. Finds room up the middle for about 5 or 6 more. Getting great help from his offensive line. Number 32, Sabiani Evans in there. Number 70, Michael Worsham in there, flanked out wide to the left. Number 10, Tyrese McKnight. Second down, 4 yards to go for the Hornets. Trying to break the ice early. Bubba Washington over the right side, dragged down by a host of Aztec tacklers. And Video Depot's only covered Chula Vista one time this year, and that was on the final week of the regular season in the Mighty Mite division, the game between Chula Vista and Mira Mesa. Number 40 on the tackle, Jeremy Aldana, Brings up a 3rd down and 3 yards to go. Might look for Ogden to throw the ball here. However, he pitches back to Pace. Tries the right side. Breaking tackles, but unable to escape number 4, Chris De Los Reyes. Nice play by Reyes from his cornerback position. 1st and goal for Valencia Park following the measurement. The nose of the football about a half yard away from the Chula Vista goal line as VP trying to draw first blood. Head coach Tony Reese of the Chula Vista Aztecs very concerned along with his entire staff on the far sideline. Nice defensive effort. Holds Archie Robinson the second out of the end zone. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the same point. Reyes, outside linebacker, with the last stop. As Valencia Park, the handoff this time to number 22. Drop behind the line of scrimmage. Eddie James Pace. Stopped by number 1, Eric Lopez. Lopez, kind of a rangy guy for that Chula Vista Aztec defense. Stiffening up now. As the Hornets call a timeout, we've got 4 minutes and 40 seconds left to play in the first quarter from Mira Mesa High School with no score. Quarterback keep up the middle by number 2, Archie Robinson the second. And Robinson breaks across the plane to the goal line to give VP the early 6-0 advantage. The opportunistic Hornet offense takes advantage of the turnover by the Chula Vista Aztec bunch. Robinson the second on the quarterback keep again. Takes a hard shot from number 34, Joe Vaughn. Keeps him short of the goal, and the Hornets out in front early, 6-0, have to settle for that 6-0 lead. Following the unsuccessful conversion, they'll be kicking off to the Chula Vista Aztecs in just a moment. Daniel Goodwin set to kick off again for the Hornets. Kind of a squib kick. Gathered in by number 21. Danny Sanchez. Dropped right here in front of us by number 27, Joshua Norma. But the Aztecs employ excellent field position. They'll play it 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Number 64, Bobby Ryder. Number 65, Mike Chu. And on the offensive line for Chula Vista, number 33 tries the outside. Raul Molina, solid shot from number 43, Marcel Baker, and number 27. Once again on this stop is Joshua Norma. Gain of 5 on the play. The Aztecs will face a 2nd and 5. The ball resting comfortably on the 47-yard line for center, number 60, Miguel Contreras. Also in on offense, number 21, Danny Sanchez. Flank wide to the left, number 6, Michael Petty. And we may see Richard Harden go to the air. Not going to get a chance to, however. We may have a delay of game or some sort of premature movement on the play. Offsides is the call against Valencia Park. And a 5-yard penalty very well may give the Chula Vista Aztecs the necessary yardage for a 1st down. 1st down it is for Chula Vista. Just about 3.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. From Mira Mesa High School, Brian Sackett, along with George Marvel and spotter Lee Bostic for Video Depot, bringing you all the action. VP enjoying a 6-0 early lead on a quarterback keep touchdown by Archie Robinson II. The conversion failed, and you have the 6-0 score. This time a handoff over the right side to number 24, Jason Hudson. First time we've called his name. Also in on offense currently, number 82, Richard Haley. I'm told by head coach Tony Reese we may see Haley on the receiving end of many of Richard Harden's pass attempts. Harden attempting somewhere in the vicinity of 25 passes a game, which is quite a lot of pass attempts on this level of football competition. And throwing for over 100 yards a game This time elects to hand off to Molina again around the left side. And is brought down again by number 27, Joshua Norma. Also in on the stop, number 44, an assist to Kenneth Martin. Joshua Norma emerging here in the early going of the first quarter as quite a defensive standout for head coach Stanley Horn's Valencia Park Hornets. 3rd down and 5 for quarterback Richard Harden, and more than likely we'll see him try his first pass play of the game. Again, not going to get a chance to get it off though, as we have motion this time apparently against Chula Vista. But the Zebra Gang walking in the direction of Valencia Park. So we stand corrected. It's offsides against VP. 5-yard mark off, and instead of a 3rd and 10 situation, or a 3rd and 5 rather, we have 3rd and inches to go, less than a yard. Big play for Chula Vista now. Instead of a pass, we might see another run to Molina around the left side. Instead, it's over the right side to Hudson, number 24, Jason Hudson, picks up the necessary for the yardage for the first down. The tackle by number 55 on the play, Jamal Burris, but not before the Aztecs pick up the necessary first down yardage. Timeout by Valencia Park. 1 minute and 52 seconds left to go in the first quarter. They lead it 6-0. Harden still not tried any pass attempts. May see him go to the air on 1st and 10, however. Hands off instead to Molina around the right side, as Tony Reese's Aztecs apparently going to be content in trying to establish a running attack and doing a pretty good job of it here in this drive. They've got the ball down inside of inside the Hornet 35. The ball now resting about the 34-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 11. The stop on the last play again by number 55, Jamal Burris. The quarterback, Richard Harden, waiting to see him throw the ball, but instead goes to a burly back in number 44, Damon Chambers, who tries the left side. Number 57 on the stop. Correction, number 52 on the stop. And we don't have a 52, but we do have a number 72, Jermaine Jenkins. Jermaine, sorry about that. We wanted to try to give the credit to somebody else, but we know now that it's your tackle. 3rd and 7 inside a minute to go now. The Aztecs facing a big play. Halfback option. Number 24 is picked off by number 9, Anwell Goodwin. Goodwin with the pickoff. 29 seconds to go. The time remaining in the first quarter. The Hornet offense will trot back out on the field. They already enjoy a 6-0 lead. Anwell Goodwin with the interception. There was a clipping call on the run back, however. And as the Chula Vista Aztec defense aligns itself on the field, they'll face a Hornet team that has the ball 1st and 10 at their own 13-yard line. Archie Robinson flanked out wide to the right as number 7, the new quarterback, is Bruce Ogden. Ogden started the game at the quarterbacking helm before turning over the chores to Robinson. It's now Ogden again, who hands off over the left side to number 22, Eddie James Pace III. And that concludes the first quarter of play. A nice job turned in by both offenses and defenses for Valencia Park and Chula Vista. But the Hornets enjoy a 6-0 lead on the lone score by Archie Robinson II. Second quarter coming up. 2nd and 9. The Hornets played from their own 15-yard line, and they tried pace up the middle. Brought down by number 55, Paul Reyes. Gain of only a couple. It'll bring up 3rd and 7 as the second quarter of action just underway from Mira Mesa High School. At stake, the San Diego Pop Warner Junior Midget Championship. The competitors, Valencia Park in green and white, and the black and red Aztecs of Chula Vista. Penalty on the play, apparently against Valencia Park. Illegal procedure, the call. We'll bring up a 3rd and 12 now instead of 3rd and 7. And the uniforms for Chula Vista very similar to the Aztecs of San Diego State, in a scheme of black and red. First half moving along very nicely, and as the sun is now dipping down behind the trees behind us here at Mira Mesa High School, the temperature's also dropping down with the dropping sun. 9 minutes to go now in the first half. Fumble on the play, recovered by Chula Vista's number 42, Robert Tolis. The Aztecs offense will have it 1st and goal with excellent field position. The ball at the Hornet 9-yard line. Well, we have a correction. That was not a fumble. We have what's called the shovel pass or the Utah pass, and it fell incomplete. Consequently, instead of a fumble and a turnover to Chula Vista, we have nothing more than an incomplete pass. It brings up a 4th down and 12, but it will force the Hornets of Valencia Park into a punting situation, and their punter will be standing near his own goal line. So nonetheless, the Aztecs should certainly come away from this exchange with excellent field position. Their defense stiffening quite a bit after the Hornets able to opportunistically score one of their own. The punt's blocked. It's going to be a touchdown for number 99. Moses Moreno blocks the punt and recovers it in the end zone for a touchdown. And just like that, sports fans, the Chula Vista Aztecs have tied this ball game 6-6. Moses Moreno, and that line parted like the Red Sea for Moses Moreno, who shoots through and blocks the punt, recovers it in the end zone for a touchdown. The Aztecs tie it up with 8:51 to go in the half, 6-6. The place kick coming up by number 6, Michael Petty, from the hold of number 7, Richard Harden, the quarterback. Ball is down, kick is up, and he splits the uprights. 2-point kick for Michael Petty gives the Chula Vista Aztecs an 8-6 lead with 8:51 to go in the first half. Jovan set to kick off for Chula Vista and preparing to return. Eddie James Pace and Archie Robinson II. Just like that, Chula Vista with a blocked punt and recovery in the end zone by Moses Moreno. And the kick after touchdown, jump up to an 8-6 lead. A little trouble on the communication as to who would return that kick, but it's number 29, Daniel Bubba Washington, brought down by number 60 on the play. Offensive center Miguel Contreras for Chula Vista on the stop. Nice special teams work by the Aztecs. As Ogden, the quarterback, hands off up the middle to Pace. Finds a nice crease over the middle before being brought down by Eric Lopez and kicker Joe Vaughn. Man-to-man defense primarily being employed by head coach Tony Reese of the Chula Vista Aztecs. They enjoy a 2-point advantage, 8 minutes to go in the first half from Mira Mesa. Brian Sackett, George Marble, and Spotter Lee Bostic for Video Depot, bringing you some great action. Number 22, Pace, on the lateral. To number 29, Daniel Bubba Washington. Looked like a design play. Brought down by number 55, Paul Reyes. It's facing a 2nd and 7. Handoff over the right side to Pace, again brought down by number 55, Paul Reyes. Reyes really emerging as a standout on defense for the Chula Vista Aztecs of head coach Tony Reese. His offensive coaches, George Haley, Al Peraza, and Carl Williams, and his defensive assistants, Richard Harden, Ray Chambers, and Bobby Cruz. Team parents, Mr. and Mrs. Delos Reyes, assistant team mothers, Barbara Martinez and Gloria Vaughn, and assistant team dad, Carlos Gonzalez. Cheerleader coach, Carrie Graham. Spirit leaders, Debbie Graham, Peggy Oman, and Rhonda Johnson. Cameraman, Bobby Seep. And you've got the whole Chula Vista organization. The Hornets have another penalty, this one for delay of game. And like the Hornets in the game right before this one, the Pee Wee division, Valencia Park suffering a little bit of self-destructive play right now. Ogden, the quarterback, still in there for Valencia Park as Robinson flanked out wide to the right. Speaking of self-destructiveness, another fumble. Chula Vista's number 55, Paul Reyes, comes up with the recovery. And the Aztecs, with 6 minutes and 45 seconds left to go in the half, are back in business. Their offense will play at 1st and 10 from the Valencia Park 43-yard line. Might look for Richard Harden to go to the air. I don't see how he's averaging near 25 passes a game. He's not thrown one yet. Number 24 on the handoff, Jason Hudson over the right side. Picks up maybe a yard on the play. It'll be 2nd and 9 to go. Just about 6 minutes left in the first half. A well-played one by both offenses and defenses from Valencia Park and Chula Vista. The difference in the game, the kick after touchdown by Chula Vista. They lead it 8-6. No gain, the call on the play. It'll be 2nd and 10. As Harden hands off to Raul Molina over the left side. Good pursuit from number 44 on the play. Kenneth Martin. And also in on the stop, number 55, Jamal Burris. Both number 55s. Burris on the Hornet defense, and of course Reyes on the Aztec defense, who just recovered that fumble moments ago. Doing a great job for their respective defenses. The assistant coaches for Valencia Park, Alvin Davis, Ray Mason, Terry Hines, Al Escobar, and Kenny Lucas. Team mother, Gwen Goodwin, business manager, Diane Horn, cheer mother, Margarita Harris, assistant cheer mother, Tracy Johnson. Flags galore again as action beginning to slow down just a wee bit, courtesy of the officials. And in this case, an illegal procedure call against Chula Vista. Instead of 3rd and 7, we'll have a 3rd and 12. And I think we can be pretty confident that Richard Harden is going to try a pass attempt finally as number 20, Anthony Orteza, checks out of the lineup for Valencia Park. A lot of movement and motion galore. Triple end right for Chula Vista. Certainly looks like a pass. Harden throws right. Had a man over the middle, number 24, open for a moment, Jason Hudson. Unable to connect with him, however, and it brings up a 4th down. Fours are wild. 4th down with 4 minutes and 44 seconds to go in the second quarter. The Aztecs still clinging, of course, to a 2-point lead, 8-6. Harden 0 for 1, might look for another pass attempt, and it will be, as Harden in either a shotgun formation or a punting formation. He'll punt the ball and just does get it away. Nice punt. Gonna roll out of bounds around the 15-yard line. Nice 30-yard effort or so from quarterback and punter number 7, Richard Harden. With 4 minutes and 36 seconds to go in the first half, the Hornet offense will take over with the ball, 1st and 10 at about their 13-yard line. Call it the 14-yard line, actually the line of scrimmage for the Hornets. Quick pass out in the right flat to Archie Robinson II. Slashes his way forward over the right sideline for a gain of about 6 yards. It'll bring up a 2nd and 4. Nice pass and catch combination from the quarterback Ogden to backup quarterback and wideout Archie Robinson II. Checking out of the lineup, Bubba Washington, and checking into the lineup, number 27, correction, number 37, Bill Mitchell. Mitchell now lined up in the pro set backfield, along with, look like Pace, who is the ball carrier, trying to spin his way free. Stiff arms a man, but unable to escape the tackle of number 34, place kicker Joe Vaughn, doing a nice job on defense for these Aztecs. Maybe a little bit bigger than the Valencia Park Hornet team, and that size may be coming in handy as their defense really stiffening up. The nose guard, Jeremy Cazares, number 26, lined up right over the Hornet center. I believe we're going to have a delay of game here. The center, Gilbert William. And we have a dead ball foul. And it'll be a 5-yard walk-off, bringing up a 3rd and 12 now instead of 3rd and 7, with exactly 3 minutes to go in the first half. Action getting a little bit sluggish here in the middle of the second quarter, as Pace hit immediately at the line of scrimmage by that nose guard, number 26, Jeremy Cazares, who got excellent penetration on the center, Gilbert William III, and it brings up a 4th down for the Hornets, who will undoubtedly punt. The ball now resting on their own 12-yard line. 4th and 12 yards to go. Number 59, Nino Davis, the long snapper on punting situations, and the punter, Eddie James Pace. And it looks like we've got a penalty on the defense this time, perhaps a little over-aggressive, and it is offsides against Chula Vista, so we'll now have a 4th and 7. It'll give Pace a little bit more room to work with for this punt, and it'll give us an opportunity to tell you, with 2:26 to go in the half, that at halftime intermission we'll be getting with both cheerleading squads as well as both head coaches, Tony Reese from Chula Vista and Stanley Horn, to get their observations on the first half and any adjustments they may be contemplating for the second half, as we've got ourselves a very tight ball game. Things have settled down nicely now. Chula Vista leading 8-6. And they shift into the shotgun formation with number 22, Joseph Zander, and number 82, Richard Haley. Zander now goes in motion to the left. Haley stays flanked to the right. They go to Haley, deflected, and eventually dropped by number 82. Deflected, I believe, by number 55, Jamal Burris. Burris's name has been called quite frequently here in the first half. He's doing a nice job for the Valencia Park Hornet defense.
Don't let him cut in the middle. Don't let him cut in the middle. Make him go outside.
Timeout on the field taken by the Chula Vista Aztecs. Again, the Aztecs went through the season with an unblemished 8-0 mark and won their last 2 playoff games 2 weeks ago, 30-6 over the Grossmont Warriors, and last week defeated the Eagles of South Bay by the identical score, 30-6. The Hornets, on the other hand, their lone loss on the season to this Chula Vista Aztec bunch, 8-0, defeated East San Diego Balboa's Raiders 12-0 2 weeks ago, and defeated Alvarado by the score of 25-0 last week. And they shift into the shotgun formation once again with triple ends to the right and a single wide out to the left. Harden drops back to pass and finds number 6, Michael Petty, in the right flat. Brought down immediately by number 54 on the play, Cartier Conley III, and bring up a 3rd down and just about 10 yards still to go. Virtually no gain on the play. Another penalty, however, and it looks like it's against Chula Vista. It might be a good idea at this juncture for the Hornets to decline the penalty and bring up a 3rd down, though they'd probably like to push him back another 10 yards to make it 2nd and 20. The coaching staff indicating to the defensive captain, Aniel Goodwin, to take the penalty, holding the call. It'll be 10 yards, so it will be 2nd and 20. A minute and 35 seconds to go in the first half. A well-played one by both squads, offensively and defensively, as things settle down. The Aztecs still clinging to that 2-point advantage, 8-6. As we said, we will attempt to get with head coach Stanley Horn and his coaching counterpart across the sidelines from Chula Vista, Tony Reese, at halftime, along with both cheerleading organizations, as we'll have about a 15-minute intermission. The quarterback this time, Richard Harden, with an incomplete passing attempt. Not sure who he was trying to find on that play. Perhaps number 24, Jason Hudson, out of the backfield. Brings up 3rd and long, about 3rd and 25 yards to go. The ball right at the midfield stripe. And the Aztecs have to get it to the Valencia Park 25-yard line.
Get back.
Harden with another pass attempt. It's a long one. A leaping interception by number 43, Marcel Baker, with 1:09 to go in the half. The Hornet offense will come back out on the field. Might see them throw the ball, as they'd love to get down the field in scoring position, trailing 8-6, the clock moving. 1:03 to go in the half. The offense for Valencia Park giving the ball back courtesy of the Marcel Baker interception. Baker with a leaping grab. Accomplishment. Pace brought down by Joe Vaughn again. Vaughn and number 55, Paul Reyes. Less than 20 seconds to go in the first half. As we face the Mira Mesa press box, the Hornets moving from right to left. The quarterback Ogden throwing a long one, got a man. Great catch by number 10. A great catch by Tyrese McKnight. Knocked out of bounds by Demetrius Burgos. Number 10 for Chula Vista. We've got 3 seconds to go in the half. Time for one more play. And look for Ogden and Tyrese McKnight to try and hook up on another bomb. That concludes play in the first half. We'll try and get head coach Stanley Horn right now as he and his Hornets walk off the field, trot off the field, trailing Chula Vista 8-6. Head coach Stanley Horn, you guys are trailing 8-6. Tell me what kind of adjustments you got to make to get back on top in the second.
We got to get our offense in a little gear and get our defense play a little tougher, and we should be all right second half.
We look forward to seeing Ogden staying at the quarterbacking helm throughout the second half. You pleased with his productivity?
Yeah, I'm pleased right now, but you never know. It just depends on what happens.
The difference in this game right now, the 2-point kick after touchdown for Chula Vista, you look for a similar special teams play to be the difference ultimately in this contest?
No, I think we're going to put some points on the board in the second half. I think it's going to be our offensive show the second half.
Coach Horn's Hornets trailing 8-6 at the half. We'll get with his coaching counterpart from Chula Vista right after this for Video Depot.
But do you need a little narrative here?
Taking it to the top. We're taking it to the limit. We're the mighty Aztecs, and we can't be stopped. Party, party. You can't party if you ain't no Hornet. Hey, ain't no party like a Hornet party. You can't party if you ain't no Hornet. You can't party if you ain't no Hornet. Ain't no party like a Hornet party. Ain't no party like a Hornet party. You can't party if you ain't no Hornet. You can't
Chula Vista Aztec head coach Tony Reese, assess the first half for us, if you will.
First half, our defense played well. Our offense had a little problem moving the ball. We got the big play on the block punt. We should come out this half and go ahead and dominate the game. Our defense is ready. So that was a big play in the first half.
You know the old proverb in football, offense wins games, defense wins championships. If that's the case, Vaughn and Ray's numbers 34 and 55 has certainly got to receive a lot of your accolades and praise. They've done quite a job in the first half especially.
Exactly, you know, and they've been doing that all year long, and so it's just a game performance. They've always been the big ball players for us, back there, the free safety and linebacker. So they've been playing well all year, and I think this half you'll see an uprise of a defense that just go ahead and win the ball game for us.
What can we look for in the second half? Would you think that you're going to try and reestablish the run so Harden doesn't have to go to the air as much?
Oh, yeah, so that we're going to do. We have a two-back offense. We have our big backs and our little small backs. And our big backs are going to go ahead and run the ball this half and wear them down a little bit, and we should be able to ground it out against them.
Well, of course, their only loss all year long was to you guys, 8-0. I
Yes.
understand that was a touchdown that they got on, that your team got on a turnover of some sort. It wasn't even an offensive touchdown against them.
No, was it? The first time that we met, they shut us down offensively pretty well. Poli Reyes, he picked off a pass and went 77 yards on it, won the game for us. But we feel from watching the game films and watching them a couple times in the playoffs that we can move the ball.
Head coach Tony Reese of the Chula Vista Aztecs, they enjoy a 2-point lead, 8-6, as halftime coming to a close, the second half just moments away.
I just had a burger.
Kicking off to begin the second half, number 34, Joe Vaughn, takes a wicked bounce. Ogden, the quarterback, trying to worm his way through the Chula Vista Aztecs special teams unit, and gets it out over the 30-yard line, where the Chula Vista Aztec offense will trot out onto the field and play a first down from about the 33-yard line. Of course, it's the Valencia Park Hornet offense that trots out onto the field. As the third quarter just underway, the Hornets trailing 8-6. Handoff to Pace over the left side, trying to pick up where he left off in the first half, as the Hornets will undoubtedly try and establish a running attack here in the early stanza, rather the early portion of the third quarter. Good ball game, and it has been nip and tuck throughout. Moses Moreno tying it for Chula Vista, blocking the Valencia Park punt and recovering it in the end zone, big number 99. And then the extra point kick by Michael Petty, number 6, the difference in the game. Robinson on the quarterback keep that he scored Valencia Park's only touchdown with. Not as successful this time. No gain on the play to bring up a 3rd and 5 for the Hornets and their head coach Stanley Horn. Shadows may be coming into play a bit as the sun is just about completely behind the football stadium here at Mira Mesa. Ogden on a handoff from Robinson this time tries the left side, picks up good yardage and probably has enough for the first down before being stopped by Chris De Los Reyes and Joe Vaughn. Scoreboard showing 4th down, but the chain gang says otherwise as they move forward. First down, Valencia Park, 1st and 10. And the Hornets get things going on their first possession of the second half. At quarterback, Archie Robinson, number 2. Switching with number 7, Bruce Ogden, who's flanked out wide to the right. And the handoff goes to Washington, Bubba Washington, number 29. Gains maybe a yard over the right side of the line of scrimmage, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Beautiful football weather in Southern California in mid-November. Brian Sackett, George Marble, and spotter Lee Bostic visiting from New Orleans, Louisiana, bringing you all the action from Mira Mesa High School. It's Q Bowl day. All the championship games in the Pop Warner San Diego Football Organization. Sign the pass complete in the left flat to number 10. And that's Tyrese McKnight with his 2nd reception of the game. gain of maybe a yard. It'll bring up 3rd and 9 for the Hornets, who have already used 3 minutes of this quarter and would certainly like to use more as they try to move their way down the football field. The ball just outside their own 45-yard line. It's 3rd and 9. Pass play this time to Ogden in the right flat. That may have been a lateral, but it matters none as Ogden gathers it in and scoots on down past the 1st down marker. The chain gang will move again, as do the Hornets. Their offense getting untracked here. Head coach Stanley Horn told us at halftime that we'd see some offensive fireworks from his Hornet team, and that's certainly happening here as Pace tries the left side. Doing a nice job mixing up the pass and run is number 2, Archie Robinson II. And this is the very kind of drive that head coach Stanley Horn was looking for to begin the second half. Not only a ball control drive and a time-sustained one, but one in which the Hornets would try and dent that Aztec defense a little bit and wear them down for the purpose of wearing them out in the later stages of the game. Pass is complete, and it's going to be a touchdown to number 10, Tyrese McKnight. Tyrese McKnight on the bomb from number 2, Archie Robinson. Got behind his man in one-on-one coverage, gathers in the ball and goes all the way down the left sideline for the game-leading score. The Hornets on top, 12-8 with 5:59 left to go in the 3rd quarter. They'll try the kick after touchdown for 2 more. Oh, how sweet it is for head coach Stanley Horn and the Hornets of Valencia Park, who erupt here with a beautiful 4-minute drive that culminates in the bomb from Robinson to McKnight. The kick is blocked. We have a flag on the play. We'll have to see if it's against Chula Vista, in which case the Hornets would get another try. The Aztecs say it's against the Hornets, and the kick will be unsuccessful. The Hornets on top now, 12-8. They settle for the 4-point lead, and they'll kick the ball off back to Chula Vista with 5 minutes and 59 seconds left to play in the 3rd quarter. Jamal Burris, number 55, I believe, going to kick this one off. No, it's number 27, a left-footed effort. Nice kick. Gathered in by Moses Moreno, big number 99. Swarming on special teams. Brought down by number 27, I believe, Joshua Norma, who handled the place kicking chores. Nice work from the Hornets special teams. VP now enjoying a 4-point lead, 12-8 inside of 6 minutes to go now. And this is the 3rd quarter from Mira Mesa High School, the Junior Midget Pop Warner San Diego Football Championship. And this one is a great contest, nip and tuck all the way. The handoff over the right side goes to number 44, Damon Chambers. And getting up off the bottom of the pile, Jamal Burris, number 55. Burris really doing a great job for Coach Stanley Horn's defense. Checking out of the lineup, looks like number 20 for Valencia Park, Anthony Orteza. We've called his name earlier in the contest as Harden takes a solid shot. There's a fumble on the play. We'll have to see. It looks like number 64 offensive lineman Bobby Ryder comes up with a big fumble recovery for his Aztec teammates. '88 actually, Gilbert Contreras on the fumble recovery for Chula Vista. Big recovery it is. Certainly can't give Valencia Park the ball back in this field position. They face a 3rd and 12, and we may see Harden go to the air, but not before we see the flags go to the air. And it's offsides against Valencia Park instead of 3rd and 12. the Aztecs will face a 3rd and 7. Quarterback Richard Harden would probably prefer throwing the football when he wants to rather than when he has to. Here on 3rd and 8, may think a running play to get 5 or 6 of them. And that should certainly do it. Number 44, Damon Chambers, going to get at least 4 or 5 on the play, and it'll bring up 4th down and just about 4 yards to go, maybe 4th and 5. And we're inside of 4 minutes now left to go in the 3rd quarter as number 72 checks in. Number 65 checks out. 65 is DeAndre Walker. And number 72 is Jermaine Jenkins. Harden preparing to punt. Gets off a nice effort. Fumble by number 12. And it's recovered by Chula Vista. The Aztecs, number 60, Miguel Contreras, the center, recovers the ball for Chula Vista. Number 12 had Vernon Hollins Jr. had fumbled. I thought he was going to get it back, but instead it's Contreras, Miguel Contreras, and the Aztecs with 3.5 minutes to go. Their offense in business back on the field. Harden hands off to a new back, number 72, Abraham Espinoza, as Tony Reese is going to try and open up the offense using some new weapons against the Hornet defense. After the 5-yard gain, Harden looks like he's content with running the ball, but we've got movement this time, and I believe that's against the black and red of Chula Vista. If so, and it is offsides against the Aztecs, it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 with 2 minutes and 56 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter. Brian Sackett, George Marble, and spotter Lee Bostic for Video Depot. The referee signals the clock to get a move on. And I'm looking for Harden to maybe throw the ball from a non-shotgun formation. Instead, however, he hands off to number 44, burrowing his way forward is Damon Chambers once again. Chambers picks up a couple. Not enough for the first, however, to bring up 3rd and 7. That's correct. It was 2nd and 10. Jamal Burris on the last stop, and after a 3-yard gain, it's 3rd and 7 for Norris. Nice handoff to number 72. Brought down immediately by Joshua Norman, number 27. Abraham Espinoza, the ball carrier. Gains only about a yard. It'll be 4th and 6. As this 3rd quarter rapidly coming to a close. Might see Chula Vista call a timeout here. Certainly a very, very important play for them. They trail in the contest 12-8 and face a 4th down and 6 situation against the Valencia Park Hornet defense. Might see Espinoza again, number 72. Instead, it's a pass play complete to number 22, Joseph Zander, in the right flat, but not enough for the first down, and the Valencia Park Hornet defense holds. On downs, the Valencia Park Hornet offense back out onto the field. Just over a minute to go in the 3rd quarter as number 22 with a very dangerous pitch to Robinson. I believe that may have been an illegal forward lateral. We have a timeout on the field. Number 55, Paul Ray, is continuing to impress from his linebacker position in on the stop. 49 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Hornets of Valencia Park leading the Chula Vista Aztecs 12-8. Ogden faces a 2nd and 16 for the Hornet offense. Certainly need to get... Uh-oh, fumble on the play. It may be Chula Vista's ball. Number 61, Rudy Alanis, or Alanis, A-L-A-N-I-S, had the clearest shot at the ball, but somehow the Hornets miraculously come up with the recovery. This will be the last play of the third quarter as we're inside of 25 seconds. The Hornets facing a 3rd and 18. Ogden on the pitch to Bubba Washington. Thrown down by number 99, Moses Moreno. A nice stop to bring the third quarter to a close. But Valencia Park gets the lone score of the quarter, and they take the lead after 3. The Hornets leading Chula Vista by the score of 12-8. Facing a 4th and 21 situation, the Hornets going to have to punt from deep in their own territory. The key here is blocking to give protection for that punter so he can get this punt off. Looks like it was partially blocked. And the ball going to roll out of bounds around the 32 or 33-yard line. The Aztecs offense will trot out onto the field with excellent field position. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Hornet 32-yard line. Quarterback Harden hands off over the right side, it looks like, to Joe Zander, number 22. Brought down by number 50 on the play, Terry L. Lloyd Jr., as listed in the program, Terry L. Lloyd Jr. Just about 9 minutes to go in the championship contest as number 44 tries the left side this time, Damon Chambers. Brings up a 3rd down and 7 yards to go. 9 minutes and 1 second to go in the championship. For the junior midget division, the San Diego Pop Warner Football Association, the Hornets of VP enjoying a 4-point lead over Chula Vista, 12-8. Big play on 3rd and 4 for the Aztecs. The Hornet defense really needs to stiffen, and the Aztec offense needs to open it up a little. Everybody moved but the center and quarterback, and I believe we're going to have illegal procedure against the Aztec offense. That is the case. Procedure and motion. Motion actually indicated. And instead of 3rd and 6 or 7, we've now got, well, it was 3rd and 4, apparently. We've now got a 3rd and 9 situation. Checking out of the lineup, number 77, Richard Johnson for Valencia Park. Over the left side it is, number 72, Abraham Espinoza. 55, Jamal Burris on the stop again. Personal foul. We've got a late hit against Valencia Park and a tough blow, as that's going to give Chula Vista an automatic 1st down. Checking into the lineup, number 20, Anthony Orteza. But what a tough break for Valencia Park, and a big break for Chula Vista. Apparently a late hit by number 12, Vernon S. Hollins Jr., and it gives the Aztecs a huge 1st down. 1st and 10. The ball about the 11 or 12-yard line. Hard to tell from this vantage point. Number 72, bulling his way forward for 3 or 4 yards, Abraham Espinoza. And as the sun almost completely dipped behind the Mira Mesa High School football stadium now, temperatures really beginning to drop as we close in on the 5 o'clock hour. 8 minutes and 21 seconds left to go in the championship game. 2nd and 7 for quarterback Richard Harden and the Chula Vista Aztecs, Coach Tony Reese. Harden hands off over the left side to Espinoza, Abraham Espinoza once again. Brought down by number 62 on the play. David Henderson, number 62, with that last stop. Brings up a huge 3rd and 5 for Chula Vista. Got to hold him here, and they do. Jamal Burris again, number 55, knifing through to make the stop on number 44. Damon Chambers brings up the biggest play of the game, and accordingly, Chula Vista will call a timeout. 7 minutes, 25 seconds left in the Junior Midget Championship. The Aztecs trailing 12-8. Biggest play of the game, 4th down and 5 for the Aztecs. They've got to convert here. from about the 6 or 7 yard line. Harden fakes a handoff, tries Espinoza over the left side. He's going to be short. Number 50 and number 54. And number 50 is Terry Lloyd. And also in there was Burris and number 54, Cartier Conley III. Archie Robinson II back in at the quarterbacking helm. Dropped behind the line of scrimmage by nose guard. A correction, that's number 20, Brian Smith. First time we've called his number today. A loss of 2 or 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12. Chula Vista undefeated on the season, 8-0 in the regular campaign, and consecutive 30-6 big victories over Grossmont. Big break up the middle by number 22, Eddie James Pace III. Brought down by number 34, Joe Vaughn, on what could have been a saving tackle. Not sure how much room he could have had, but he was going through there with a head of steam. Gets him some room, and much needed room to work with. 1st and 10. The Hornets now with a couple of first downs. Might not have to give the ball back at all to the Aztecs, but if they did, would do so with just moments to go. As we're inside 6 minutes to go now, left in this championship game. Why they want to throw here, I don't know. But Moses Moreno didn't fall for it. He's in there to sack Archie Robinson II, and it'll bring up 2nd and very long yardage to go. Not a very good call in this situation. The team's just had success running the football, and why they would drop back to pass at the 5.5 or 5 minute and 45 second mark, I don't know. But they did, and Robinson sacked behind the line of scrimmage by Moses Moreno. 6-yard loss. It'll be 2nd and 16. Now it may force the Hornets to throw the ball. They stay on the ground with Pace up the middle. Not as successful as his running play of a minute ago. He picks up 2 or 3 yards, and it'll still be 3rd down and very long yardage to go. 3rd and about 12. And we're now inside of 5 minutes to go. The Hornets would love to get one more first down, as if they do, they could probably run this clock all the way down to around the 2-minute mark. If not, they'll give it back to an eager Aztec bunch that'll have over 4 minutes with which to work. Pass attempt to number 10, Tyrese McKnight, but stepping in front of it, number 34, Joe Vaughn. Also defending on the play, number 10, Demetrius Burgos. In a game fought so closely, with 4:44 to go, every play seems to be the play of the game, but 4th and 13, the Hornets need a great punt. Vaughn receives it at about the 45-yard line. Gets a nice 10-yard run back, and the Aztec offense will take over with 4:36 left in this championship game. A tough break for the Aztecs as they're flagged for clipping on the run back. Brings the ball all the way back to their own 40-yard line. The clock showing 4.5 minutes to go, and the crowd from both sides very much into this contest, as well they should be. It's a thrilling game. Quarterback Richard Harden drops back into the shotgun formation. Tries an errant pass attempt out to number 6, Michael Petty, who for a time had the game winner with that successful kick after touchdown by Chula Vista to give them an 8-6 lead. However, they've since lost that. And now trail 12-8 following the bomb to Tyrese McKnight from Archie Robinson, who's had a hand in both touchdowns, scoring the first on the ground and tossing for the second. 2nd and 10, 4:18 to go in the game. Again, the triple end right, Petty and Hudson and Richard Haley flanked out wide to the right. Apparently we've got motion as number 24, Jason Hudson, not very pleased with what's taking place out there on the field for his Aztec teammates. It is a legal procedure. We've now got a 2nd and 15, no time elapsed off the clock. But Harden now being forced into a passing situation. This very definitely one of the more exciting games that Video Depot has had an opportunity to bring you all year long. Harden trots around the left side, gets the ball out over the 40-yard line. It'll bring up a 3rd down and just about 10 yards to go. The 40-yard line representing the original line of scrimmage. Only 5 seconds elapsed off the clock. Still 4:13 to go. 3rd and 10 after Harden ran out of bounds. And he's got 2 pass plays to get the necessary yardage. Otherwise, the Hornet offense is going to come back out on the field. The Hornet hopeful behind us, certainly smelling victory as we're just about the 4-minute mark. Harden back in the shotgun formation, gets a nice snap. The ball intercepted by Jamal Burris. There he is, the player of the game, number 55, Jamal Burris. May have just cinched the Pop Warner Football Junior Midget Championship for the Valencia Park Hornets. 4:07 left. The Hornet offense back on the field. They lead it 12-8. 1st and 10 Hornets, ball at the 45 following the Burris interception. They hand off over the left side of the line to number 22, Eddie James Pace. Pace trying to wear out whatever may be left of that Chula Vista Aztec defense. The sideline's really excited over here as we've been on the Valencia Park sideline throughout this contest with the sun behind us.
Watch it. Just watch. Watch this.
3 minutes and 10 seconds left to go in this Junior Midget Championship. Quarterback Archie Robinson at the helm, trying to run out the clock for the Hornets. Hands off over the left side. He may go all the way. Bubba Washington, number 29. Bubba Washington all the way down near the Chula Vista Aztec goal line before being dropped from behind. It'll give the Valencia Park Hornets a 1st and goal, and with a score, the division championship. There's an injured Hornet down in the end zone. Certainly hope it's not serious, but the crowd still a-buzzing after that big bust up the middle by Daniel Bubba Washington, number 29. The Hornets with a 1st and goal, the nose of the ball just outside the Aztec goal line, and with 2:53 to play in this championship game, a touchdown here would all but ice it for head coach Stanley Horn and the Valencia Park Hornets. Everybody really into this game. Bubba Washington, the injured player. It was Bubba who just broke that run. And of course the crowd eager to give Bubba Washington a nice hand as he may have just iced this thing as he puts the Hornet offense in business. Look for quarterback Archie Robinson on the quarterback keep up the middle. Instead it's Pace for the touchdown, and Valencia Park jumps out in front 18-8. 2 minutes and 32 seconds left in the game, and it'll take a miracle for Chula Vista to come back with 2 scores in 2.5 minutes. It looks like it's Valencia Park's day. They've won 1 and lost 1 in the first 2 games here at Mira Mesa, 5 in all. This is the 3rd one involving the Valencia Park Hornet organization. They're going to come away from the Q Bowl with a record of 2-1. A nice job turned in all season long by the Valencia Park Hornets. The handoff this time to Ogden. Stopped short of the goal line. But the Hornets, after the big explosion by Daniel Bubba Washington, get the touchdown by Eddie James Pace. They go up by 10, 18-8 with 2 minutes and 32 seconds left to go in the game. The Hornets' only loss of the year, a narrow 8-0 defeat at the hands of this very Chula Vista Aztec bunch. It looks like they're going to get the sweet redemption. How sweet it is for head coach Stanley Horn, who went down 8-0 to this squad during the regular season. But you can best believe if he had his druthers, he'd much rather get a win in this one, because this one's for all the marbles. The Junior Midget Championship of the San Diego Pop Warner Football League at stake. The Hornets, 2 minutes and 10 seconds away from winning the championship. Norris now in the unenviable position of having to throw the football, and on every play, because they're going to have to move down and score 2 touchdowns. A quickie over the middle, almost picked off by Burris again, intended for number 82, Richard Haley. 2nd down and 10 yards to go. We've still got 2 more to play tonight at 5 and 7 o'clock. Mira Mesa High School, the lovely site of the Q Bowl, Pop Warner's Championship Day. 5 bowl games today, and it's been a great day so far with a lot of great action still left to come. Richard Norris tries a pass play up in the right flat as the Hornets try to pull a New York Giant trick and give the Gatorade bath to the coaching staff. That first made famous when the Giants poured the big bucket of Gatorade over the head coach, over the head coach Bill Parcells. I wouldn't want to be whoever it was that got that bath, however. And it's still doing it. It's cold out here. Head coach Stanley Horn having a ball. You can believe it. How sweet it is. Triple ends right again for quarterback Richard Hart and the Aztecs, facing a mountain of a task here on 2nd and 20. He's got to go deep. Number 20 going to pick it off. Oh, he drops the ball just when I thought he was going to have an interception. Number 20, Anthony Ortiz, unable to hold on to the football. Following the incomplete, it's now 3rd and 20. 1 minute and 43 seconds, 103 ticks of the clock, separating the Valencia Park Hornet Junior Midgets from the Pop Warner San Diego Football Championship. Again, Harden in a must-pass situation on 3rd and 20. Rolls out right, throws it as far as he can. Picked off, I believe, by number 50, Terry L. Lloyd Jr. And that's going to ice it, sports fans. The Hornets of Valencia Park are going to win it. They lead 18-8 with 1 minute and 35 seconds left to go until party time. Don't know at this point how many Aztec timeouts are left, but look for Robinson to do just that and kneel to the ground 2 or 3 times in a row, and the clock's going to run out on this one. 50 seconds left in this game. Valencia Park able to come back with 2 touchdowns in the second half after trailing 8-6 at intermission, and they're going to win the championship by the score of 18-8 as Archie Robinson drops to a knee again. They've only got to do it one more time. We'll get with Robinson, Tyrese McKnight, who was on the receiving end of that long Robinson touchdown pass. Their head coach, Stanley Horn, who promised us that he'd unleash his offense in the second half. And we'll also see if we can get with Paul Reyes and Moses Moreno and their coach, Tony Reese, over on the Chula Vista Aztec side, as they count it down. 8, 7, 6 seconds, 5, 4. It's all over. Valencia Park finishes the Q Bowl 2-1. The Junior Midgets win the championship, defeating the Chula Vista Aztecs by the score of 18-8. The happiest man on the field, head coach Stanley Horn. What a smile on his face. Let's see if we can get with him right away. With all this jubilation going on, it might be difficult to get with him, but he's one happy man. We'll also see if we can get with McKnight and Robinson and maybe Eddie James Pace. Time allowing, we've got 2 more games to do tonight. Coach Horn coming right over to us. Coach, can't get much more current than this, getting you right off the side, right off the field. You got to feel ecstatic.
I feel great. Kids worked hard for this. we needed this victory bad, but it feels great. Yeah.
Well, you promised that you were going to unleash the offense in the second half.
That's right.
And after trailing 8-6 at intermission, unleash you did. What's the turning point, the bomb from Robinson and McKnight to give you the 12-8 lead?
It was great. That was a great individual effort on his part. Great touchdown. And it put us right back in front, and then we knew we had him there.
Did he get one-on-one coverage against a linebacker out in that flat, or did he just take the ball away from a cornerback? What happened?
The cornerback kept coming up on him all day, so we figured eventually we could sneak him out behind him. And he came up real quick, and he dropped it, and got behind him, and that was it. And that was your ball game right there.
And that was the ball game. Coach Horn's Hornets, junior midget champions in San Diego's Pop Warner Football League. Number 1 they are, 18-8 winners over the Aztecs at Chula Vista.
Thank you.
All right, Tyrese McKnight, number 10. You caught the touchdown and put you guys out on top 12-8. You're only 13 years old. You're taller than I am. How you feel about catching that bomb?
Felt great when I caught it. If it wasn't for my quarterback right here, I never could have did it.
And who is this quarterback? So much we hear about Archie Robinson II. You scored on a quarterback keep, flip-flopping with Bruce Ogden. Do you like they do in San Francisco with Montana and Steve Young, you like alternating quarterbacks?
I love it.
All right, well, you guys finished the regular season 8-1. Your only loss to Chula Vista, so it got to be sweet revenge to get these guys.
Yeah, real sweet.
All right, no doubt, the defensive standout of the game, number 55, Jamal Burris. It's pandemonium here. Jamal Burris. Jamal Burris, number 55. Boy, you guys almost tore me apart like you almost single-handedly did for the Hornet defense. Great job today. Tell me about your game.
They played good. They got the interception, bring us back in the game. Happy we won.
Well, you guys had a great season, 8-1 on the regular campaign. 2 big playoff wins, and the biggest one of all, the Q Bowl championship. You got to feel great.
Yeah, I feel good.
Anybody you want to say hello to?
I like to say hi to Tony Major, my coach Bonner. He ain't here because he's sick, lying in the bed. And my whole defense.
All right. Well, all of them did a great job. All of them did a great job. And before I get killed by these guys, let me tell you, Valencia Park, who'd that say they're going to beat them Hornets? Nobody this year. The year's over. They're the champs. 18-8. They beat Chula Vista.
That's right.
Coach, when you see the faces of displeasure on these boys, you realize it's really a shame that one team's got to win and one team's got to lose a game like this, but that's the way that the cookie crumbles in football.
Yes, you know, that's the way it goes. There's always got to be one that's going to be up on the losing end of it. But I still, we made it here. I have a championship ball squad, and I'm definitely proud of them. We worked hard, but it just wasn't our day today.
Well, so as it turns out, both of you squads overall for the year wind up 10-1. You beat them during the regular season. They come back, redeem themselves, and beat you here for all the marbles tonight. What are you going to do next year? Are you going to be coaching the same level of competition?
No, more than half of these kids will be going up to the next division, the midget division, and I'll be moving right up with them. I've had them now since they were in the junior Pee Wee division, so we'll be looking strong again to come back in the league and challenge for the championship once again.
Only on the midget division instead of junior midget?
Yes.
Is there anything else that you would like to share with us as far as overall observations about this team? They really showed a lot of character out here tonight and undoubtedly throughout the whole season.
Okay. You know, you will hear from this team again in the years coming. They have one more year in Pop Warner, and, you know, they are a championship ball squad, and it's just, like I said, fortunately this day, it just wasn't ours. But I believe in them, and I'm proud of them.
As well he should be. Head coach Tony Reese of the Chula Vista Aztecs. They go down this evening 18-8. We'd like to get a couple of the key members of your squad. Number 55, Paul Reyes, if he's around, and number 99, Moses, is it Moreno?
Yes.
Moses Moreno, number 99. It was just like Moses parting the Red Sea when that line parted for you to knife through and block that punt and recover it for a touchdown. That must have felt pretty good.
Yeah, it did, but it wasn't good enough.
Bottom line is that the scoreboard reflects, I guess, what you guys' emotions feel like. As your coach and I discussed, it's really a shame when one team has to come out on the short end of the score.
Yeah, but I guess they were better than us.
Well, He also said he's moving up in competition and taking half of you guys with him next year, so we'll look forward to seeing you guys in midget competition, kicking all these teams around next year in the midget division instead of the junior midgets. Great game, Moses. Paul Reyes, number 55. I must have called your name 15 or 20 times. It's probably a little difficult to crack a smile after losing a championship game, but Coach says you guys have got nothing to be ashamed of. You went through the season 8-0. You won 2 playoff games. Just ran against a tough ball club here tonight. Is that what you think?
Yeah, we had our chances down there, but we just couldn't put it in.
Any idea what happened with your offense? Was their defense just really fired up, or did your offense just not click tonight?
Our offense was good, but they had a good defense, and they just holded us.
Paul Reyes, number 55, obviously bitterly disappointed about losing tonight's game. It's really a shame that one team does have to lose, but tonight it was Valencia Park defeating the Chula Vista Aztecs by a score of 18-8. They win the junior midget division. San Diego Pop Warner football with 2 more games still to go for Miramis High School. This one's all over. Brian Sackett along with George Marble and spotter Lee Bostic for Video Depot.